Hey divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video. This is the third video installment of me setting up my budget planner for the first 90 days of 2023. And today I'm going to show you how to budget by paycheck. So if you want to learn this method, you've been hearing about it, you've been seeing a lot of people doing it, and you want a step-by-step on how that's done, then stay right here. All right, divas. Well, I've done a couple videos so far just setting up this book. The first video was me just setting up the book with my name. I did my 90-day goals. I went over my sinking funds and how much I'm actually starting January with. And I set up my monthly spread on, my major expenses I'm having for the month. This is my monthly snapshot. I went over my projected income for the month. I'm projecting to make $18,805 this month. These are my major purchases I have coming out this month. And here are my monthly goals. I want to pay up $1,000 in debt. I want to earn an additional $1,000, and I want to start kind of taking a better look at my credit. I'm kind of cleaning some things up. And then most importantly for me, I always do a monthly budget. I want to get a clear snapshot on if my $18,000 is going to cover everything that I want to do this month. And we have a very tight margin of like $53 left. I did kind of inflate some of these numbers, so I'm okay with having such a small margin left. And now today we're going to go ahead and budget for the first paycheck in January. So let's get to it. So the first thing is I am a weekly budgeter. I anticipate receiving income every week. But this is really based upon when you're going to get money in. So if you get paid twice a month, then more than likely you'll probably fill out one of these worksheets twice a month. Even if you get paid twice a month and you kind of want to do a check-in and just see how your money's going, then maybe you still budget weekly. But the premises of this is a paycheck breakdown. So anytime you receive any kind of income, you typically would want to do this. So in my book, I've given you 5 of them. Because it's undated, there are 5 weeks in a month. So you have 5 of these paycheck worksheets to go through. January. And I like to budget from Thursday to Thursday. That's kind of how my weeks run. So I'm going to budget from the 1st through the 4th. It's a short week, but trust me, girl, I'm very top heavy the 1st of the month. So you'll see a lot of my major expenses come through on the 1st of the month. So the first thing is my income. So I'm just going to put rollover. Okay, so rollover is typically what do you have in your bank account before money comes in. So today is December 31st and you have $50 and you get paid tomorrow. You would count the $50 as your rollover. Oh yes, I use these Erasable FriXion pens. They're the best thing on planet Earth when it comes to budgeting or planning and you like to erase. I just don't want to write with a pencil. So my rollover is $2,200. So this is the money I have left over from December. Okay, my first stream of income I have coming in is $4,306. The next one I have is $4,596. The next one is $4,758. And then I'm also using sinking funds, and I'm using $25. So let me go ahead and add up what our total is. So for the first paycheck of the month, we have $15,885. Okay. So right off the bat, I have my mortgage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this all in and then I'll come back and explain everything. Okay. Okay, so these are all my fixed expenses. These are bills that I expect to come out between the 1st and the 4th, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add up all the budgeted items and see what my bill total is. If you guys hear footsteps in the back, that is my dog. She just won't let me be great when I'm filming. That's just how she rolls. So let me go ahead and add these up. Okay, so my total fixed expenses from the 1st through the 4th is $5,988. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna subtract my projected income for the 1st with my bills, and that'll give me my leftover money. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have $9,897 remaining. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next section. So what makes my workbook a little different from the other Budget by Paycheck breakdowns is that I've included long-term retirement savings, etc., right after our fixed bills. Most places you might see this as an afterthought, but I just want me and you, for those of you who decide to go out and purchase this book, to put saving for our future self like at the forefront. Like before we decide what we're gonna eat and our groceries, let's think about our future self. And it doesn't have to be a lot, okay? It can be a little bit, but we should still think about it, okay? So for my Roth, so I'm gonna bring this number down, okay? So now I have $9,897 left. So my Roth IRA, I'm just gonna do $100 this week. You know, this is the 1st of the month, so I just wanna, pace myself with that. So my total contribution is $100. Now when I minus the $100 from the $98.97, that leaves me $97.97, okay? Now we're gonna take that total and bring it over here to our variable expenses. So now your variable expenses are the things that you would spend during your paycheck period, whether that's weekly or bi-monthly, bi-weekly, or however. So for me, the first thing is allowance. For us is $137. Next is groceries. And if we go back to my monthly budget, I said I was gonna spend about $700 a month in groceries. This week being probably the most expensive because my kids are home, so that means I have to buy more junk food and stuff like that. And at the beginning of the month, I typically like to restock a lot. So I'm gonna do $200 for groceries. And with that being said, eating out, just because you're on a budget, you don't have to deprive yourself of eating out. It's just about managing it and putting a number to it so it's not excessive and just too much. So for eating out, I'm gonna do $40, okay? Household are the items you need, like soap, detergent, cleaning supplies, like anything as it relates to maintaining your home is what I put under household, all right? I am working on a small project in my closet. So I budgeted, you could go back and just reference the monthly budget. I think I budgeted $400. Yep, I budgeted $400 this month. The 2 items I want is about $100 total, and then my regular household needs. So for this first week, I'm going to budget $150 in household items, all right? Then next, I'm gonna go to personal. Personal is, that will include like my daughter's hair and my husband's getting a haircut this week. So her hair is usually $120, his haircut is $25, that's $145 plus whatever. So let me just do $160 this week. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna do $20 this week. I usually just do $40. So that's miscellaneous. Gas, I typically do $60 a week. Now fun, I have a sinking fund for. So I'm just gonna put a note here. I just put a note to myself, sinking fund, because if I go ahead and actually spend this money, I just want to go back to my sinking fund and repay myself back, because I have, that's the whole point of the sinking funds. So for fun, the kids are still home, so I am going to budget about $150 for them. All right, if they want to do anything. Giving, I've been doing giving, and I've been doing $10. And then I want to include business here. Okay, I have business here as well, but this is more variable expenses. So I'm gonna start including my beauty items like my nails and stuff like that under my business expenses, because this is what you see, right? And I will eventually get streams of income from YouTube, girl. I'm putting it out there. I'm not monetized yet, but that is my goal. So I'm just gonna put it out there so you guys know. And so I just wanna get all these systems in place right now. So for business, for this pay period, I'm going to just put $200 here. Okay. And I believe that is it for this first week. It's just 4 days. I don't have much going on, but you can see how these numbers add up. You know, I told you guys I'm really heavy. Like a lot of my main expenses are during the beginning of the month. Let's go ahead and add this up. So we're at $11.27. So now we're going to subtract what we have remaining from our variable expenses here. So we have 9,797 minus 11.27. So I'm at 86.70. So now let's go ahead and bring down the 86.70. Okay, so now this category, I labeled it as sinking funds and savings challenges because we want to do both over here, right? So the first thing I want to do is my vacation savings challenge, my vacation binder. And I think I said for vacation, I'm going to save $640 this week. Just random. I just have a spreadsheet here. I do this every month. This is overkill. This is not for newbies, okay? This is just overkill for me in the detail that I need. So I have all my sinking funds and savings challenges. I have my goal, and I kind of have how much I would like to save each week. It doesn't always work out this way, but I always want to put it on paper so I just know, you know, what I'm looking at for spending that particular week, okay? So I'm just kind of going off of that right now to put over here. So because I have so many, I'm just gonna put high priority sinking funds, okay? And I'm gonna budget $234 this week, okay? Low priority. Okay, that $234 is my holiday. My high priority is actually $195. Okay, and I just want to write savings challenges here. I'm gonna put $500 here. Okay, so low priority is getting $189, and I'm just gonna bring this down. Savings challenges, I'm gonna do $400. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add this section up and see where we are now. So we're at 1658. All right, now let's subtract our leftover with that. So 8670 minus 1658. So we have 7,000 left. Let's go ahead and bring this down. This last section is for any additional debt or any additional savings, all right? And one of my goals for this month is to pay off $1,000 in debt, and I said I'm going to do that by paying additional $200 per week. So this, and if I go back to my original 90-day plan, let me see which card am I tackling first. Okay, my Visa. So I'm going to put towards Visa $200 there, and then the rest I'm going to roll over to the next week because we're already only in the first 4 days of the month. I still have 27 days left. So I'm not literally spending all my money. So the rest is going to be rolled over to that. So let me just go ahead and do that math. So roll over be 6812. Okay. So I'm going to total this out. So the additional debt and my rollover is 7,012, and my leftover is 0, which is a zero-based budget. So a zero-based budget doesn't mean you have to have $0 left. It just means that all of your money is allocated to something. You have no stragglers. Everything has a home. So essentially, if I don't stray, or if I spend exactly the dollar amount specified, on the 5th, my next paycheck, I should be rolling over $6,812. But we know that is not accurate. For one, I rounded up. You know, I just used even numbers. I didn't use exact. You can use exact numbers if you want, but just for the sake of the first set of math, just for the sake of going through this the first time, I like to just use even numbers. And then once the payments come through, I'll come back and put the actual. So my mortgage is not exactly $2,600. So I'll come back and put the actual amount. and so forth and so on. Like these incomes are not exact on the dollar. So I'll just put the actual amounts, you know, once they hit. Okay. So that is how you do your paycheck breakdown. So what I've done is I've included a free PDF version of this. This is the same exact one in my book. You know, obviously I would hope that you would go ahead and invest in yourself and the process and purchase the book. But I know if it's your first time, you want to see if it's going to work for you. And I'm okay with that. I was there. I feel you. I felt the same way, right? So I have a free printable down below of this same exact page. So you can go through it, see if it works for you. And if it's something that you are interested in, then by all means, I would love for you to click the link on my Amazon shop and purchase the book, all right? So the next step and the final step in the cash envelope breakdown is for me just to write down the categories that I'm actually going to get cash for. So my bills, I don't cash out, okay? These are things that come out automatically out of my bank account. But some of these variable expenses I do use with cash. Some of them I keep on a card, but they're still variable, so I mark them in this particular category, and some of them I do get cash. So let's just go ahead and walk this through, okay? So allowance, okay, so this is my cash envelope breakdown. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just allocate the cash breakdown that I need for each of these, and then we'll be wrapping up. Okay, so now that we figured out the denominations for each of the categories, let's go ahead and total them out on the bottom. Okay, and one thing I didn't do, I didn't total all of this up. So all of this should be equal to all of this. Let's just go ahead and total all of this up. $23.54, and let me just check that if I have that here. Okay, so $2,354. This is by far going to be my largest cash stuffing that I've done to date. And the final step is putting this on the teller slip. Okay, so 59. This is what I would take to the bank, so they know exactly what to give me. All right, it makes life easier for everyone involved. Yep, so it's much easier for me to go and just give them the slip, and they can withdraw directly out of my bank account. So that's the final step. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell. So thanks again. It's your girl Keisha. I will see you next time. Later.